Today is November 13th. Welcome to Big Book Daily. My name is Rob. I am an alcoholic. It's a thrill, honor, and joy to be here with you today as we journey through the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. Today out of the Big Book, we're going to continue our journey through Chapter 8, Two Wives. We'll read page 119. At the 12 and 12, we're on Tradition 3. We'll read the first half of page 144. And of course, we'll read the 24 Hours a Day and Daily Reflection. So with that, hope y'all are doing well this morning, my friends. Once again, we've been given another day. Clean slate, new set of 24 hours to live a life of integrity. And that's always exciting. So let's get to the good stuff. Out of the Big Book, we're on Chapter 8, Two Wives. We're on page 119. Still another difficulty is that you may become jealous of the attention he bestows on other people, especially alcoholics. You've been starving for his companionship, yet he spends long hours helping other men and their families. You feel that he should now be yours. The fact is that he should work with other people to maintain his own sobriety. Sometimes you'll be so interested that he becomes really neglectful. Your house is filled with strangers. You may not like some of them. You get stirred up about their troubles, but not at all about yours. It will do little good if you point that out and urge more attention for yourself. We find it a real mistake to dampen his enthusiasm for alcoholic work. You should join in his efforts as much as you possibly can. We suggest that you direct some of your thought to the wives of his new alcoholic friends. They need the counsel and love of a woman who has gone through what you have. It is probably true that you and your husband have been living too much alone, for drinking many times isolates the wife of an alcoholic. Therefore, you probably need fresh interests and a great cause to live for as much as your husband. If you cooperate rather than complain, you'll find that his excess enthusiasm will tone down. Both of you will awaken to a new sense of responsibility for others. You, as well as your husband, ought to think of what you can put into life instead of how much you can take out. Inevitably, your lives will be fuller for doing so. You will lose the old life to find one much better. Out of the 12 and 12, we're on tradition number 3. The only requirement for AA membership is a desire to stop drinking. We were at a point where a man who was very much a vocal atheist in the early days of AA was causing a little bit of discord in the group. Well, finally the group wants to kick him out. And that's when this man calls him out on their stuff and says, hey, wait a minute. The only requirement for AA membership is a desire to stop drinking. Do you guys mean that or not? So let's find out what happens next. We're going to read the first couple of paragraphs on page 144. Dismayed, the elders looked at one another, for they knew he had them cold. So Ed stayed. Ed not only stayed, he stayed sober, month after month. The longer he kept dry, the louder he talked, against God. The group was in anguish so deep that all fraternal charity had vanished. When, oh when, groaned members to one another, will that guy get drunk? Quite a while later, Ed got a sales job which took him out of town. At the end of a few days, the news came in. He'd sent a telegram for money and everybody knew what that meant. Then he got on the phone. In those days, we go anywhere on a 12-step job, no matter how unpromising. But this time, nobody stirred. Leave him alone. Let him try it by himself for once. Maybe he'll learn a lesson. "24 Hours a Day, November 13th. AA Thought for the Day. Who am I to judge other people? Have I proved by my great success in life that I know all the answers? Exactly the opposite. Until I came into AA, my life could be called a failure. I made all the mistakes one can make. I took all the wrong roads that there were to take. On the basis of my record, am I a fit person to be a judge of other people? Hardly. In AA, I have learned not to judge people. I am so often wrong. Let the results of what they do judge them. It's not up to me. Am I less harsh in my judgment of people? Meditation for the day. In our time of meditation, we again seem to hear, "Come unto me, all ye that are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest." Again and again, we seem to hear God saying this to us. Come unto me for the solution of every problem, for the overcoming of every temptation, for the calming of every fear, for all our needs, physical, mental, or spiritual. But mostly, come unto me for the strength we need to live with peace of mind and the power to be useful and effective. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may go to God today for those things that I need to help me live. I pray that I may find real peace of mind. Daily Reflection, November 13th. Looking outward. We ask especially for freedom from self-will and are careful to make no requests for ourselves only. We may ask for ourselves, however, if others will be helped. We're careful never to pray for our own selfish ends. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 87. As an active alcoholic, I allowed selfishness to run rampant in my life. I was so attached to my drinking and other selfish habits that people and moral principles came second. Now, when I pray for the good of others rather than my own selfish ends, I practice a discipline in letting go of selfish attachments, caring for my fellows, and preparing for the day when I will be required to let go of all earthly attachments. All right, my friends, that concludes today's reading. Some beautiful stuff as always. Come unto me for the solution of every problem, for the overcoming of every temptation, for the calming of every fear, for all our needs, physical, mental, spiritual. But mostly come unto me for the strength we need to live with peace of mind. That's all I want, is some peace. And a lot of times I want to willpower my way to peace, and that just doesn't seem to work out very well for me. But when I pray to my higher power and continue to pray, I start to gain that peace. And when I put others' needs before myself, whether, if I'm in my head or whatever, if I start to serve others before me, I get out of my head. I get to help other people. And somehow I feel better. I gain that peace of mind. And then I love this last line, and the power to be useful and effective. Peace and the power to be useful and effective. That's my goal today. So with that, I hope you all have a great day today, my friends. It is an honor to be here. And if we're given another set of 24 hours, I sincerely look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow.